The Indians pulled off a nice win today. Shane Bieber, 12 strikeouts, but it's been a somewhat slow start for the Tribe this season. You know, obviously a disappointing offseason with the loss of Francisco Lindor. Eric, let's go to you first here. What do you think about the Indians against an AL Central heavy schedule to start the season?
Yeah, I mean, if you want them to make any headway in the division to make the playoffs, they would like to see them come out a little hotter than what they did. But realistically, looking at the roster before the season started, I was worried about their lineup and how they would produce runs. And that's basically been their Achilles thus far this season. They had scored 2 runs in 2 different games and losses to the Tigers, and they got shut out with 3 hits against the Royals. Now today, they did win. However, if Jose Ramirez was not playing, they would probably not have scored any runs. So goes to show you that their lineup still has work to do. They did have one explosive game of 9 runs, I believe, against the Tigers last Sunday. I think that's going to be an anomaly. I hope they can score more than 1 to 2 runs a game. Otherwise, that's going to be very taxing on the pitching staff. You want to break down the lineup a little more. You see entering today, Jose Ramirez was batting .313. That's obviously going to go up from there as he had a very good game today. And then all other players that were full-time, as I want to say. So I'm going to take out Ahmed Rosario because he only had 8 at bats, but everybody's 250 or lower. And when I say lower, I say Roberto Perez 222 and everybody else was 200 or below. So that's not really acceptable. If you have a guy or two, I guess batting sub 200, but when you got six guys, that's a problem. I know it's very early in the season. They can turn things around, but that's not a good trend. That's what we were expecting, and that's kind of where we're at now.
Drew, would you care to overreact to the start of the season?
Yes, I would. That is what I do best. Now, I'm actually not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do and freak out, man. It is concerning, I'll say that, to have 6 of your 9 batters sitting there below the Mendoza line after 5 games is suboptimal. Let's shall we say it's not great to score 2, 3, 9, 0 and 4 runs against team. You know, the Royals are a decent squad with some decent pitching. The Tigers don't have a whole lot of that. That's certainly concerning. They do have some games coming up. The next 7 games, 3 against the Tigers, 4 against the White Sox. If they can, win somehow, at least 4, preferably 5 of those games somehow, some way. I don't know how. Jose Ramirez is pretty much the whole offense right now, but if they can string some of these things together, I think their pitchers are pretty good still. They're not as good as they were a few years back. The offense isn't as good as it was a few years back. Usually means you're probably going to have a hard time winning a championship, but I think this team plays in a division where they could maybe find a way into the playoffs. And in the playoffs, who knows what happens. I'm putting the cart way ahead of the horse here. I get that. But I am looking forward to seeing if this team is able to piece something together on offense. I don't have a lot of faith in that happening, but I think it's intriguing to me to see occasionally they can put something together and score 5, 6 runs. When they do that, they have to win the game almost every time.
I'll overreact and say this is going to be the re-emergence of Jose Ramirez. He is going to come back to the level. He's been solid in past years, but I think he's going to come back to a superstar level. He's got a fun personality. He could take over Lindor's position as the face of the team, even though we have some great pitchers who can be the face of the team. But the everyday person that you come out to the ballpark to see, I want to see Jose Ramirez become a superstar once again this year.